Let me move my mouse out of the way here. All right. So, as I said, this is part 2 because we lost our connection. So, unfortunately, it happens. And Anna's going to be joining me here in just a few minutes. But what I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to just start where I had left off. So if you're catching this for the first time, let me just show you really quick. Okay, this is the project that we're creating today. And it's got a little peekaboo door that has this stamped image inside with some flowers and some butterflies. Super, super cute. Okay. So let me set this off to the side. There we go. Boy, I don't know what it is, and I'm really having some issues with lives. I mean, last week when I had problems with my live, that was my fault where, I just lost my mind in the middle of my live. So, this time, this time it's not my fault. All right. So I can still see comments and everything coming, so I'm just going to go ahead and carry on. Okay, so what I had done before we got cut off is I had taken this pattern paper, and I had taken the frame that I had die cut, and what I did was I adhered the top part of the frame onto this other pattern paper, and then I cut off the bottom piece, and that is just so I could raise it up a little bit on the pattern paper, bring it up a little bit so it would fit better on the inside of my frame, okay? So this is going to go on the inside to cover your backing and stuff here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. Well, this has been sitting, so now it's going to be a lot of glue. All right, let me grab a Q-tip real quick. I'm going to get some of that off because we don't need all of that glue. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then you're just going to add this other piece right here on the top. Okay, there we go, just like that. Okay, so then that way, when you go to put it inside, it's going to fit in there really, really well, okay? So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of tape on the back here just to make sure that it's going to hold in place. So I'm going to peel that off. There we go. And then we're going to lay this right inside. And that's going to cover the inside of our frame. Okay, so as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm working it in just a little bit. There we go. So then it fits nicely right inside. Okay. See, then you've got your whole inside covered. All right. So from there, what we are going to do next, because as I said, this is really simple to put together. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the rectangle that I cut out. I die cut the center out here, blue cardstock, and then we're going to add this scallop from Your Next Stamp, and we're going to adhere that right on top of that. And again, for this, you don't need a whole lot. You just want to make sure that you get it down good, okay? All right. So then we're going to take that and we're going to lay that right down on top There we go. Okay. It's a tad bit crooked, but that's all right. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our door here. This is the peekaboo door that I cut out from the peekaboo frames die cut set. Okay, cut it out with some yellow cardstock. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take this brad, which I have already cut the legs off of, and I'm just going to adhere this right on top here. We're going to put that right there. There we go, just like that. Okay. All right. Make sure that you get that over and you do not glue your door closed. Okay, you don't want to do that. All right. So there we've got the door and we've got the little handle on it. So now what we're going to do is adhere this other scallop die that I cut out. This is pattern paper. I know that you can't tell because it's very light, but it's the same pattern paper that I used to cover the actual canvas itself. Okay, so we're going to take this, and what we're going to do is we're going to adhere this not to this part, but we're going to adhere it right here to this part of your door. Okay, so it's going to go just on the very edge here. So I'm going to fold this back because there is a score line there from the die. There we go. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive, or a little bit of adhesive. Well, yeah, a little bit of adhesive. That's what I'm trying to say. A little bit of glue here. Okay, and then we're just going to lay that right on the edge of that. There we go. And then you're going to take it in and glue it the whole rest of the way around. You just want to make sure that you do not glue it to this bottom piece. All right. Let me wipe my glue off here just a bit. Okay, and did I send you the link? I don't think I sent him the link. No, I didn't. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so Anne is going to pop in because I just remembered that I forgot to send her the link. All right, so now what you're going to do here is then you're going to glue the rest of this down, and then, and again, you do not want to glue it to this part. So you're just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the ends here on either side. There we go. And then that side. And then I don't know, I know that I have showed you guys this before, but I'm going to show you again. If you use glue in your projects like I do, because I use glue in my projects almost all the time, just for the simple fact that I just like to have that little bit of time that glue will let you have to scooch things around if I need to. But, you know, a lot of times you get glue all over your project that you don't want there. So Thermoweb has this really cool, it's an eraser type square, and it's for removing that extra adhesive. So if you haven't seen one of these before from Thermoweb, you guys really got to get one because these are fabulous. Okay, and you just take that and rub it right off, and it comes right off of your project. and doesn't tear your project or anything like that, which I absolutely love. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to glue this last piece down right here. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive. There we go. Okay, and again, if you get glue, on your projects, you're just going to take this nifty tool here and rub it right off. It's absolutely fabulous to use in your projects. So that way, if you're, like right now, I'm in a hurry because I don't want to keep you guys all day long. So when you're in a hurry and you're trying to get these done quickly and you make a little bit of a mess, these things are perfect for picking it up. All right, so now what we're going to do from here is we're going to glue the top, this frame here right on top. Okay, so I'm just going to add some glue to my frame here. There we go. And then I'm just going to lay this piece right on top. Now see how pretty that is already? And this is what I said as far as, you could put anything in here that you want. It just makes a really, really cool, inexpensive shadow box, because shadow boxes, I don't know if you guys have checked them out, but they can be a little bit of, a little bit expensive. So this is perfect because it's not, these canvases are not that expensive and you can buy them in bulk. So that's even better. Okay, so to finish it off, what we're going to do next is we're going to add all of our stamped images. Okay, so as I said, I had stamped these images out, I had said earlier, on white cardstock with my black Gina K ink. Okay, I stamped them up, and then I went ahead and colored them all with my chalk pencils. And then from there, I cut them out. Now, this particular image here, this stamp, this is from Your Next Stamp, which is our sponsor today. And it does have the flowers in it, which are actually, they're very, very pretty flowers. But I wanted it to be a little bit more three-dimensional. So that is why I picked these cute little flowers to put inside our little watering can here. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put these two pieces together. Make sure I get them on there straight. Okay, and as you can see, I did add the foam tape, and that is to give it some dimension, but it's also to give it a place to glue my flowers in. Okay, because I got to have a place to glue my flowers. So I'm going to put some glue right in here on the inside there. And then I'm going to add my flowers. Oops, we lost one. All right, we're going to tuck that little guy in there. Okay. And then once you have your flowers inside your watering can, then you're going to adhere this to the inside of your frame. Okay, just like that. There we go. And set it, yeah, there we go. Okay, and then the last things that you're going to do for your inside here is add some foam tape to the back of your butterflies. And then we're going to peel those off. And we're going to stick our butterflies right inside. Okay. And you scooch him over a little bit. Whoops. Scooch him over just a little. There we go. Okay, so there's your inside, and it's all done. So then the last thing that you're going to do with your papers is you're going to take your door, and since you added your frame here, you're going to need to refold this back just a little bit. Okay, it's going to be a little stiffer is what I'm saying. So you're going to have to just fold it back just a little bit, and then you're going to glue that right on top here. And that's going to cover the opening of your frame. Okay, so we're going to take some glue here and put this all the way around the outer edges. There we go, just like that. And then we're going to add that right to the frame. And what you can do is kind of hold it down and make sure that you've got it all down right, that it's right on top of the wood, that you don't miss any part of it, which it is, it's perfect. Okay, and then again, we're going to fold that back just a little bit. Okay, get that glue out of the way. There we go. And then is your peekaboo frame. And then the last thing that I did was I just took some tiny ivy, just like this, and I just cut it into pieces, and I adhered it all the way around my frame. So I'm not going to put it all on right now, but just to show you. Okay, I took a glue gun for this, and you're just going to kind of glue it in little spots all the way around your frame. And then what you're going to have when you're done, you're going to have this adorable frame with all of the ivy and stuff around it. And then you've got this little peekaboo door here. Isn't that cute? And it's so, so simple to make, you guys. It really is. Just, you know, some die cutting and a little bit of coloring, and you are good. All right, so let me switch my cameras here once again. All right, there I am. Hi. Okay, so let me see real quick if anybody has any questions. Hi, Beverly. Oh, there's Ann. All right, and hi, Beth. There you are. I forgot to send you the link.
No, I wanted you to do your demo with a full camera.
Oh, okay.
I had the link. I just didn't want to come back in until that, especially since we got cut off.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah. Deborah had a question about your chalk pencils. Do they smear? If so, what do you put over them?
Okay. Chalk pencil. Old school. You know, when I did my chalk pencils before, you know, many years ago, when I didn't have money, I used a really cheap hairspray, which you can do. A little bit of Aquanet, it'll set them fine.
I use that for glitter.
Yeah, see, same thing.
I do.
But yeah, you do want to seal them unless, I shouldn't say unless, but if you're going to be using any type of a blending pen to blend your chalks, then you don't have to set them. You don't have to, because your blending solution in your pen will do it for you. Okay, so Deborah, you don't need to. I like to seal them no matter what. I like to seal them no matter what, even if I use the blending pen or if I don't. It just makes it better. I usually use something like this, or
What is that?
this is just a dauber.
To seal them?
Yeah, well, not to seal, but I use these to blend my chalks together
Oh,
first.
okay.
This or some simple, very simple, and I don't have them on me right now, but some hemostats and tiny, tiny pom-poms.
Yes,
I
you
know you
do.
guys, I've showed it before, but I will use that to color and blend them. And then if I choose to, I'll go over with the blending pen and then seal them with a sealer. Any type of sealer is fine if you don't want to go out and spend a lot. You know, cheap hairspray works great. I used it for years.
And Deborah, if you use Aquanet, it is not sticky.
It's
It,
not.
it goes on and it's dry. It dries quick. Like I said, I use it for glitter. I
It's
mean,
perfect.
it holds. I have used that for years. I have a can of Aquanet in my craft room at all times. If I run out of hairspray, I might come down and use it on my hair. But
I know,
there
right?
is always a can of that in my studio.
Yeah. It's just, it makes it nice because no, it's not sticky like you said, and completely inexpensive. You know, you can buy a can for what, 99 cents? I mean, we've been using, Aquanet for years.
Right,
So
right. And a
I
little goes a long ways.
it does. It does.
But I wasn't
It
sure
does.
because I really don't use chalk pencils. So I
Oh, okay.
wasn't sure for that answer.
And then Penny wanted to know it has to be aerosol.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, you do not want to use a pump because your pump is going to splatter.
And it's going to make it wet.
Yeah, it's going to make it wet and then it is going to make it sticky. So you do want to use an aerosol. So if you don't have, you don't have a sealer in your studio, use your hairspray. Aquanet, I
Aerosol.
do recommend because it's an aerosol and it doesn't stick.
And it's cheap. It's inexpensive. A can
Yeah.
will last me a year.
Yeah.
Unless I'm doing a lot of glitter.
Yeah. It lasts forever. But yeah,
Mhm.
I always seal my chalks because, you don't necessarily have to, but, if you get something on them, it will run. So it's always better, I think.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's
Good to
always
know.
better.
That was a great question, Deb. We like when you guys ask questions and when we're able to catch them.
Yes. I love questions. Okay. Deborah wants to know, where do I get such cute ideas? Oh,
Oh,
wow. That's a good question. Yeah, I I find creativity pretty much everywhere. I know that a lot of people say that, but it is true for me.
uh-huh.
Um, I do like to look at magazines. I love looking at magazines. I love checking out, Pinterest and seeing what other people are doing. But most of the time, my projects, because I'm a stamper, my projects always start with my stamps.
Yep.
So whatever, like when I saw this from Your Next Stamp, this is the set that I used, and I saw this watering can, immediately my brain went to, oh, this would be so cute, and I wanted this die that did the peekaboo thing, and it just kind of evolves from there. Sometimes doesn't always work out. Sometimes it doesn't always work out, but most of the time it does.
Then we brainstorm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love picking Anne's brain. Oh my God, she has fabulous ideas. I love picking your brain.
You know, you didn't do a card today, which is fabulous because it's fun not always doing cards. But that same project you did for the card makers out there, they could totally do that as a
Oh,
card.
yeah.
So that's what's really cool. I, however, amazingly enough, am doing a card for my project
Yes, you
this
are.
afternoon. Huh?
I said, yes, you are.
I
I know.
am. I am going to show you guys how to stamp. This is a die from Your Next Stamp. And I'm going to show you how to use my stamps. with that die. I did dozens of projects, not with stamps and with that die, until I finally came up with this. But I'll share some of those at 2 o'clock Central Time when I go live.
There you go. Well, you can find creativity just about anywhere, you know? And Penny said, creative genius. Yeah, that would be Anne. She's the creative genius. I love picking her brain.
No, you have great ideas.
Yeah, well, you know, you got to work at it sometimes too. And sometimes I don't feel creative at all. So,
We all have those moments.
yep. And when that happens, I have learned to walk away, walk away from the project that I'm working on, just get away from it for an hour or two. And, you know, especially when I'm working late at night and I'm crafting and I'm tired, and I'll finish the project and I'll go, oh gosh, I hate that. And then I'll get up in the morning and I'll go, oh wow, that really turned out good. So, it just depends. You know, it just depends.
Lisa is not an evening person.
Well, I'm
or
much
a morning person.
I'm a much
mid-afternoon.
About noon is when my brain kicks in. About noon. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Don't forget that Anne's going to be going live in just about an hour. So, you know, gosh, we've been talking here for a whole hour. So you guys make sure that you come back for that. And I will, you know, check out your questions or your comments to see if I missed something or Anne missed something. And until then, we'll see you guys in an hour or so. But don't forget to join us again next week. Same time, same place. We're going to be here again. And I think next week we're going to do something creative with your stuff.
I think so.
With your products. Yes, that's going to be fun.
Not sure what, but we'll
figure out something. We'll figure out something. All right, everybody. Don't forget, if you want to get in on the $25 gift certificate from Your Next Stamp, you need to like, comment, and share my project or my video here, and also Anne's when she does hers. And make sure that you hashtag Bella Crafts. There you go, Denise. She's already got it in there, and you guys so know already. They start putting in that as soon as we start, I noticed.
And that's good, because that's what we want, and that is how you enter. And when you're sharing, if you could share it with some of your groups where it's allowed, it's not allowed in every group.
Right.
But if you share it on your page, just people that might not know who we are yet, it helps us. So yes, we appreciate it.
Yes, we do. All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you in about an hour and also next week. So take some time to craft because it's good for your soul. All right,
bye,
everybody,
everyone.
Take care. See ya.